Well, not all art can actually be seen by the naked eye. Now, when I first saw this, I thought this is a hoax. I just couldn't believe it would happen. Microsculptor Willard Wiggins' art is so tiny, it can fit in the eye of a needle. It's so eye-catching, it's currently on a national ad campaign.
Willard Wiggin actually slows his heart and sculpts between beats to create these tiny treasures. Seemingly big problems become so much smaller.
Even more staggering, he uses a fly's hair off its head as a paintbrush. Willard joins us now. This is just incredible, it truly is.
Thank you very much.
How did you get into this artwork?
It started when I was 5. I used to make little houses for ants because we used to have a little dog. It dug a hole in the ground, the dog did, and all these ants came out. And I thought the ants were homeless, so what I did, I started making little houses for ants. I used my dad's razor blade and started slicing up these little splinters of wood and constructing these little small houses. And then I started making the ants furniture because I thought they needed somewhere to, sit. And then I got carried away. My mother saw what I did and encouraged me and told me one thing. She said, the smaller you work, the bigger your name. So, school was difficult for me because I had a learning difference. I couldn't read or write very well. To this very day, I've got that problem. But I've educated myself on a different level, on a molecular level.
So physically, how can you possibly do it? Even hold something small enough to work? Ali's got a needle. You've brought this needle in. We're not even going to be able to show it to you in a camera.
You can't see it.
How do you physically do this?
Well, what I have to do, I have to make my own tools, microscopic tools. So if you imagine an acupuncture needle made into a pair of tweezers, thinner than that, like a bee sting almost. So I cut the end of the needle off, bend it and sharpen two ends, squeeze it together, and I've got this microscopic pair of tweezers. In the other hand, I've got a syringe, the ones that they use for diabetics, and in the actual end of the syringe, I smashed a shard of diamond up and put it into the end, and it broke off, and it looked like a little bee sting type of thing. So what I do, I hold, with that hand, I hold the material down. Say it was a piece of Kevlar or nylon, I'd hold it down and I'd hold my breath and start to chisel away very gently, working between my heartbeat till I get the shape.
You hold your breath?
I hold my breath and work between my heartbeats, so I slow my whole system down. I normally work at night to avoid any vibration of traffic. It's not pleasurable doing it, but when you're finishing, you get this sort of the result is fantastic because you know that you've done something that no one else can understand. You've done the smallest sculptures in history, and this is a journey that took me to where I am today. Years and years of keeping still. I must admit, I am the most patient man on the planet right now.
Easily, so.
Yeah.
And you're in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah, I've got the world record, yeah.
Oh, let's have a quick look at this. I think we've got a picture of what you've got the Guinness World Record for. It's a hair. It's a human hair. This isn't it. That's still in the eye of a needle. We'll just see it in a moment. We'll be able to bring it up. It's a human hair which has a picture of a motorbike on.
It's not a picture of a motorbike. It's a sculpture of a motorbike.
Wow.
It's made from 24 karat gold. It measures 2 microns, smaller than a blood cell.
Have you ever lost a piece of art?
I've been hailed my own.
I was going to say you'd have
I've been hailed.
Be so angry with yourself.
But you sell these for what? Huge amounts of money,
Yeah,
given
right.
for their uniqueness, $120,000 or something, or $100,000.
Well, what it is, you see, it's like this. It's the smallest, biggest artwork in the world. It's small, but the impact knocks you out. It's like the punch you don't see is the one that knocks you out. That's what they say. And my work is much bigger than something big, because we underestimate things that are small. Human beings believe that because something's a certain size, we accept it. But what I've done, I've brought people into another world. I've explained to the world that the smallest things are the biggest things, because we all come from this molecular world, and what I've done, I've educated them to let them realise that this is it, you see, because when things are small, because of the forces between the atoms, they can't break down, and they're much stronger than something big, and that's what makes it so unique and so different. That's why people have the microscope in their house, and they can see, and it blows people's minds, even kids. The Queen has got one of my pieces I was commissioned.
Sir Elton John, I heard.
Yeah, the Queen, I had a letter from
both Queens.
Yeah. So a crown on the head of a pin, and she's got it in the palace.
Willard, absolutely fascinating. It's a privilege to meet you.
It is a privilege to meet you. We have to find ourselves a microscope.
Yep, and it's open to the public, so if the public want to see it at the ANZ Centre.